Hi, welcome back to C Programming. I'm Dr. Vasu. We are going to see how the data is displayed in arrays. If you want to learn this and many more interesting topics, please do subscribe the channel. If you like this lecture, please hit the like button. That will keep me motivated to create many such videos in the future also. So let's see how the data is arranged or displayed in the arrays. So here, let's take a simple example, a small program. The data assigned is A is an array consisting of all the integers. The size of the array is 6. It has 6 elements. And I want to say specifically each and every element. I'm going to print using printf A0, the first element, right? And the A0 value is, I'm going to print A0 is equal to this much. Likewise, I arrange all the elements A0, A1, A2 like this. We have specified each and every element here and complete the program and compile and execute. We get actually the data stored is like this: 10, 20, 35, 45, 70, 90. These are the data elements, 6 data elements in the array. Now, when you compile and execute this program, you get the output like this, because you have just mentioned A0 and the value of A0 is displayed here, 10. Likewise, all the 6 elements are displayed. But here it is a tedious process to use all these printf statements. Avoid that, and we can use a for loop by using another variable I. We are going to use the for loop here to display all the 6 elements. That's why I value is started with 0 and less than 6. That means up to 5. 0 to 5, it is 6 elements. So we are going to use the for loop to display the elements. So here, one printf is enough. So printf %i. Here, the value of I is taken here, right? So index is given with the help of this I, and the value of this element is put here, ai. That is initially A0, and of course the index is 0. Likewise, with just a single one printf statement, we are going to display all the elements. So this is the data, and if you compile and execute, you get this same output here. So the for loop does the magic. Now, suppose we have taken the array as floating elements, right? A is an array consisting of 5 elements here, and we are going to display the elements using the for loop. Here, printf is used, A%i, that is the index here, and the value of the element here, array element, with the help of ai. And because it is a float, we have used float here, and 0.2. We are confining to only 2 decimal places. Now, compile this, and if you see this, the elements are stored like this, right? All the elements, even positive and negative values also can be stored. All these are our float elements. So compile and execute, you get the values like this, the display this way. Suppose I want to use the character, right? The character, the element, the array consisting of all the characters. Here, 12 elements are there in this. And let us use the, here I'm not using the new line character because just I want to display all these elements, all the characters in a single row without any gap. So just I have mentioned the for loop and just simply mentioned the %c. Only I'm going to print the character, that's all. One after the other. So ai, the element value is taken here. Now, the elements are stored like this in 12 indexes are provided here, and the 12 data, the memory locations are provided. That is HI dot space, right? This is space. The elements are stored like this in an order, and now compile and execute. You are going to get the output like this. Because we don't have any new line character, all the elements are printed in the same row. So like this, we can use the integers or float or characters can be displayed like this. Suppose I have taken, earlier we have given the data directly at the time of initialization or declaration. But now I'm going to provide the data through the system, right? While the program is running, I'm going to enter the data. That is, I'm going to input the data with the help of printf and scanf. So here it is going to print the AI, right? A0, right? Initially it is 0 and it is incremented once, right? So A0, A1 like this, it is going to ask, and we are going to input the data. Whatever the data is input, it is being stored in A0, right? Initially A1, A2 like that. So a new line character is used for each element. Now let us see the display of data. Again, the data, once it is entered, all the A0, A1, A2 like that, all the 6 elements are assigned to different this array elements. And now to display, we are using another for loop. So use the for loop here to display. Now, when you compile and execute, it asks initially. So this is the A0, right? It is equal to. Now, let us enter the data here, say 100. Again, this same for loop continues until you input all the values of the array. So A1, we give another value, A2, A3, A4, A5. Like this, we have entered all the elements and this for loop is over. Now the display of data. So coming to the display of the data, this for loop acts and you get all the output here at once. So like this, we use the for loop to read the data, that is to input the data and also to display the data here. So in the next video, we are going to see the operations on array elements, right? Hope you had understood this topic very well. And if you have any questions or any suggestions, please do comment and do subscribe to get the alerts.